gentlemen, it falls upon me in these celebratory times to deliver a few words to say thank you all for coming and thank you for Jim and Nikki for asking me to be best man. So hopefully you can all hear me. We are normally, me and Jim, on stage at weekends, amplified up, but today it is what it is and I'm doing my best. I've had a few and I've prepared a speech, so bear with me. I've got to get my glasses on and off. I've got a few people to thank. Nikki's mum, Irene, where are you? Irene. She's behind the Brian. Oh, what's that? Doing such wonderful bit of music earlier and being sung. Maid of Honour Kelly, beautiful. Absolute babe. You've seen the film, right? Husband Jay, check. Right, yeah, that's good. Jim, mum, Anna, where is Anna? And I'm told to say that Anna made her own dress for this evening, which is extra brownie points. Christian, where are you? Poppy for all of her energy, enthusiasm and effervescence and organisational skills which she's brought to today. Brothers Miles, Joel and Tim, the twins, so welcome wherever you are. Welcome for the contribution you've made as well. Jay and Miles for being ushers tonight, and Cam and Joe for also playing the acoustic set, which I've already mentioned anyway. And Jordan, the videographer here, I have to be nice to him because I'm going to be in the edit somewhere, so see me later, we can sort something out, no worries. Anyway, because some of you won't know who I am, a few bits about me, I've written them down because I forget about me myself. I'm the best man, as you probably know. I'm responsible for making sure Jim gets here safely on time and sober. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. He did arrive, he wasn't fearful or anything like that, so I did a big tick in the big box. Me and Jim first met 30 years ago this year, so I noticed that because it was the big storm. And the way we met to answer that in the back of the Brighton Friday ad, if those of you know what it is, and I recall it was asking for young men who wanted to meet up in a dark room on a regular basis for mutual satisfaction, sweating and screaming, wearing leather, makeup, that sort of thing. You don't need to know why I was looking at that part of the Friday ad, but I was, and of course it was for auditions for a band. The rest, as they say, is history, yes. Back then I had the body of a god, unfortunately it turned out to be Buddha, but hey ho.
Cheers to that.
Well, as you probably know, we both had our careers in the pop industry, we both tried to be pop stars, and Jim had more success than I did, and Jim went on to great things. He was with signed bands and he toured with the likes of Simply Red, Chili Peppers, Rod Stewart, Tom Jones and Madonna, all playing on his iPod as he got changed in the Dog and Duck in Shoreham. Still, the groupies have remained constant. Back in the day, they would hang around the changing room backstage and bang on the door, shouting, Jim, please, let us out. No more bass solos. Those were the days. The groupies are still there, but these days, instead of throwing their underwear, they throw darts and ask us to turn it down because the football's on. So I've got to say a few words about the stag do, and those of you who are there. I'm shouting as loud as I can over there, sorry. So as for the stag do, there was a few things that went on, not a lot really, to be honest. We had a pizza, but Jim did have his first experience of eating a raw oyster. Now, in order to help him with this, Dan, where is Dan? Dan decided that he would help on a buddy sort of scheme, and then he said, oh, this tastes like semen dribbling down the back of your throat. We don't know why he said that, I'm just saying it, that's where it is. Now, I'm not one for fake praise. Or how he would know. Or how he would know, indeed. Now, I'm not one for fake praise, but I will say, in my career that spans more than 30 years, Jim is the most...
I never said that.
We have a review. I will say on YouTube. But anyway, there you are. Jim is without doubt the best musician I've had the privilege to work with. He is very, very good. But not wanting to be one spouting fake praise. I've said Jim is the okayest bassist I've ever known. And to that effect, we had a t-shirt made up that said, world's okayest bassist on the stag night. Unfortunately, with the aid of a marker pen and some scraping, it turned into be world's gayest bassist. And by the end of the evening was world's gayest racist. We didn't get in many pubs after that, but it was a good evening overall. So on to Jim and Nikki's first meeting. They met. Jim was well into his single life when Nikki first entered his world. And in order to win his prize, Jim first had to beat off lots of male competition. Jim first met Nikki, as you might suspect, at a gig at the Warwick pub in Worthing. Those of you who know it probably won't want to scream about it too much. Anyway, Nikki was in the audience getting ready to throw her underwear at the singer when she suddenly noticed the mad fingerings of the chap on bass. And so she plucked up the courage to ask a mutual friend to get that sexy bloke's number for me. Unfortunately, or fortunately, such was the volume in the room that Nikki's friend couldn't hear, so she was forced to use hand signals. And so the guy with the massive tool became Jim's nickname. Which is ironic really, as massive tool is how my wife refers to me, and I don't play bass. In fact, the lady's quite keen to say how great my body is. Every time I talk to a lady, she turns around and says to her friends, "What an arse."
That was unfair.
That was unfair. Things moved quickly from there on, and soon the happy couple were blissfully a part of each other's lives, full time. And after a few years, Nikki was still waiting for Jim to pop the question. Jim, always the perfectionist, wanted to plan things just so, and would often brush away any attempts to rush him. Being a bass player, timing is everything. This is the way of things for bass players. When the right time to come in, when the right time to build it up, pull it back, sit on the groove, ramp up the excitement. And so there was the romantic holiday to the Canaries. There was the sun, the waves, the glorious romantic evenings on the beach, the perfect opportunity, and no. Still wanted to perfect his timing, Jim just wanted to just get it right. And then there was the romantic dinners and breaks, and no. Just not quite right. Needed to have the right sense of theatre, the right build-up, and so came the trip to Venice. Will you please marry me? Luckily, Nikki said yes, and the rest, as they say, is history. So we come up to the present day. It's been a huge undertaking to organise everything, and I think Nikki deserves a round of applause. Nobly assisted by Kelly and Poppy. As you might have guessed, it's quite stressful organising the wedding for Nikki. Luckily, Worthing has a wonderful beach, ideal for a stroll or sporting activities. When she needs a break, her and Jim take their dog Herbie to the beach to relax and chill out. The stress and worries can then simply fade away. Just watching him play with his balls in the surf is enough to put a smile on her face, and sometimes Herbie likes to join in. Affectionate but rather ugly specimen, almost pure white with a long ugly nose and farting as he walks, constantly fighting and aggressive towards others. He's recently had behavioural problems, unable to be around others of his own kind. It got so bad that Nikki took him to a specialist and spent a small fortune at a residential centre, even considering at one point relieving him of his testicles. But luckily, the alternative option of the custom bass seems to have worked. Nikki looks stunning tonight, I think we will all agree on that. She's put a lot of effort into her health and wellness recently. She recently completed the P90 wellness program for fitness, exercise, holistic therapies and dietary changes, resulting in her toned physique. A round of applause for that. Nikki has worked hard to get herself fit and lean, employing the services of a hunky personal trainer. As part of the induction process, she was asked, "How flexible are you?" "I can't do Thursdays," she said. Young, fit, handsome, hunky personal trainer Juan not only deals with nutrition and exercise, but also meditation and holistic massage with almond butter candles. And after a vigorous personal trainer workout and hot wax treatment, he'll help Nikki clean the sweat and wax off in the shower. The bridesmaids, maid of honour, come second only to the beautiful blushing bride, who is, I'm sure you'll agree, looking simply stunning, and Jim, who's looking simple and stunned. Well, on behalf of the bridesmaids and myself, I'd like to thank Jim and Nikki for asking us to be involved in one of the most important days of their lives. I know they both put a tremendous amount of effort into the planning of this wedding, and I can only hope that apart from this speech, however, everything else would have gone exceeding their expectations. I'd also like to thank you all for being here today, especially those of you who've come that knew I would be saying a few words, and a very touching thing it is that you're still here. As near the end of my speech, I just want to say how much of a great couple you make together, and how lucky you both are to have found each other. You're both absolutely perfect for one another, and it's great that you found someone to share the rest of your lives with that seems to fit together so effortlessly. You must make people around you so proud and happy every day. There is, however, one more person who is prouder than all of those here today, and that is me. As nerve-wracking as today has been for me, I would do it 10 times over to feel honoured as I was when you asked me to be your best man. I can't put into words how grateful I am to be such a big part of this special day, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. And so to the happy couple, I think everyone agreed they are a perfect fit. In fact, you wouldn't find a better fit at the Paralympics epileptic event with extra strobe lighting. And finally, to the one part of my speech that isn't a duty, on behalf of everyone here today, may I wish you both many, many happy years and a long and happy marriage. May your low end stay pronounced and your G-string unstretched. May your tone remain deep and your high end clear. So, I'd like to raise your glasses and join me on a toast and say congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the bride and groom!